Good morning and welcome in everyone. Before we get into this morning's update, I want to go over a quick overview of what we can expect today in the crypto market. Right now, we've got the crypto summit that'll be taking place later on today. From what I hear, it's like a 3 or 4 hour event. So we're going to see the implications towards crypto and exactly what the plan is by the president and by others. What exactly is going to happen with crypto, what exactly we're going to do with we heard some news yesterday about the crypto reserve, and they said the part of Bitcoin has already been funded by seized Bitcoin, so that's something we have to take into account. With XRP, had quite a revelation yesterday reading through some things, and we just talked about how they, through donations in the election and also from the lawsuit against XRP Ripple, we have Ripple put $125 million to the side in XRP. They had already bought, the XRP got shifted into a fund, and then it was to be paid later. Now, if you look at that, and now you go into the future, that was locked up around 45 cents, roughly 50 cents. You're looking at a 5x from there. So that 125 million is worth like 625 million. So you want to talk about a strategic reserve with XRP. Well, we still have to start facing a little bit of the facts that, much like Bitcoin through seized Bitcoin, the XRP strategic reserve doesn't seem to have to be built, because through donations and then through the lawsuit, the government's going to have a pretty steep holding of XRP Ripple. Some people are like, well, it's only X amount of dollars. Well, it's only X amount of dollars, but you start to increase the price a little bit and you start to see how it goes. Now, some people are asking me, is this a good or bad thing? It was a great live yesterday. I encourage everybody to watch it. It was a fantastic one last night. But everybody's asking me, is this good or bad? Well, in my opinion, it's not that it's a bad thing. It's just that new Bitcoin isn't going to be bought into the reserve. Now, do I think they held on to all those Bitcoin? No, I don't. When they say they have 200,000 Bitcoin in the U.S. reserves, I think they're full of shit. There's a reason why it's never been audited or accounted for. But what I do think they're doing is this gives them an excuse when they do quantitative easing and when they print money to buy Bitcoin unsuspecting to the public. So now the public, they tell that the public isn't paying the taxes for the Bitcoin, which is absurd, because remember, you paid the taxes for these seized Bitcoin already. So you, in fact, have paid it. And if the government had any ethics whatsoever, they would sell these seized Bitcoin, and then they would pay back the American public by paying down the debt. But we all know that's not happening. In fact, they're increasing the debt by about $1 trillion per month. So with that being said, now we have to figure out what's going on in crypto. Now we have to figure out if there's going to be some kind of big move up or down when the crypto summit happens. Now overnight, and let me do the intro real quick. Good morning. 7:41 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Friday, March 7th, 2025. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So I got to get my son to school soon, so I wanted to do this about 10-minute update. I wanted to go over everything that I was thinking. But with the price action, just like every single morning, we had a nice little rise overnight. We had a drop down on XRP to 245. Overnight, we went all the way up to 247. But as always, when the U.S. starts waking up, even around 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the East Coast, but normally around 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, which we're in the margin of error right now, the price starts to come down. And now, as you can see, from the top while we were sleeping, it's come down about 2.5%. Nothing major, but you can start to see already the shift in focus. We talked yesterday if this was some kind of a topping, and we did get rejected at 258.9, then we could possibly come all the way down to that 225 level. But I don't want to say that's what's going to happen. Rejected so far on the pivot point, but we would have to lose this support. So we're in good shape still. As long as we don't lose 242 in real time. See, it changes every day. It was 252. Yesterday it was 247. Today it's 242.6. So as long as you see XRP above 242.6, it's nothing major. But the moment it falls below this, the next support structure is all the way down around 225 as we've shown. So that is definitely something to at least pay attention to here. The XRP Bitcoin bearing is down 2.21%, sitting at 2826. That's the SAT level. We came up and fulfilled, but we could not get past that major resistance. Consolidating right now. 4 hourly, still holding the 20-day. Dailies, indecisive. Looks still like that inverse head and shoulders. But we just have to see if we can materialize in anything. We could get a little bit of volatility to the downside too today. So, that's the fear today. Especially as the U.S. wakes up. It's incredible how this typically will happen every single day when the U.S. starts waking up. So we'll see if we can get through this early volatility and then work our way into the summit. And over the weekend, it's been chaos. 10 weeks in a row, we had a dump over the weekend. Last weekend, we had an artificial pump, but by the time that Sunday candle closed, we in fact had 11 straight weeks of red over the weekend. There's no debating it. We fell off a cliff before we woke up Monday morning. Not only that, they liquidated everybody and got people trapped Sunday night just to liquidate them Monday morning before that candle even closed. So we've had 11 straight weekends that were red. Don't let that foolish uptone early Sunday where it made it look real good. We gave it all back before the candle closed and then some the next day. So we've in fact had 2.5 plus months of red weekends. Sure, we had a little bit of a bump that Sunday evening, but by Sunday morning it had all been given back. So that candle didn't even play out. So in my opinion, this could be this would be the 12th straight weekend where they pull the wool over our eyes. However, at some point, something's got to change. And depending on what happens at the crypto summit, I like how everything dumped yesterday. I like that the fear is starting to come back. Yesterday I got up to 31 and I was not, or 34, not happy about that at all. That's too much. It went up too high. So now we're going to have to see tonight how the crypto fear and greed index works. There's no reason it should have went up as much as it did. People are still very greedy even in a fearful market. And by greed, they're doing it kind of the backwards. They keep selling out in these areas, and then they buy back just to resell when it starts going back down. I've seen it time and time again in my own community, and I've seen it across the market. So just something to pay attention to. When it's fear, you're not looking to sell. Extreme fear, you're not looking to sell. You're looking to accumulate during, especially extreme fear. When it's in greed and extreme greed, that's when you're looking to sell. So we're backwards right now. Bitcoin, for all intents and purposes, is getting towards that make it or break it area. I would still say that you would have to come down below that 87,486, but we would like to hold this descending wedge kind of breakout on that yellow line. We would like to hold that. I'm being honest, we want to hold that area. But all the way down to 87,046, and you could still pull positively out of here, but it's going to be a mess. It's going to be quite interesting today. It's just the way it's going. I'll release this though, but real quick, gold and silver. Gold's up $10 this morning. Silver is down about 0.5%. First Majestic's up 0.86% in pre-market. Same with Fortuna Silver Mines. The ETF for the Prime Junior Silver Miners, that isn't going to show it after hours. We got to wait until it comes in. B2 Gold's up 1% in pre-market, which that could correct back to even. Barrick Gold's up about 0.22%, so not a bad day so far in gold and silver. Newmont Mining, the world's largest mining company, is up about 0.5%. And all these you see on this screen I own. So all the miners that I show I own, all the crypto I show I own. So there's no reason to question it. If I have it on my list, unless it's Kava right now, let's see. Yeah, as long as it's on the list. So... but then before I release this, I just wanted to show DGB real quick. Had a lot of questions about DGB, especially in the live too, which I love. We're looking to hold that 0092927. If we hold that, that's our threshold. That's our pivot layer. That's where we have to get above to start making that next rise up. And right now, as long as we don't give back this breakout of this formation, our technical target's up at 1.86 cents in time. But we'll see if that ends up playing out. I'm XRP Future Millionaire. Make sure to look in the video description below and our pinned comments if you're looking to trade. BITUNIX, lowest spot and leverage trading fees, lowest maker taker. They also have, if you click on the link and trade XRP through the futures, you can get up to 800 XRP for free. Download $1,000, you get $100 for one leverage trade. It can be a small leverage trade. $500, you get $50, yada, yada, yada. So just take advantage of the free money that BITUNIX is offering, especially if you're a high volume trader. Take advantage of the free XRP. Other than that, have a blessed morning. Going to get my son out and get him to school and then deal with the day as it comes.